Yep, now let me bring up... Yep, we are in the Frontier War. So if everybody could jump in.
Oh, where's the link for the roll 20?
Oh, it's stickied in announcements. But it may have changed. Let me double check. Edit. Yep, there we go. So this is our first campaign, which means that instead of, for those who are watching, which is probably not really anybody at the moment, but for the VOD, this means that anyone who's playing has to create their own character, make up their own backstory, rather than having pre-generated characters, and rather than having, a 3-act structure with beginning, middle, ending, it's more like a traditional RPG campaign in that we, each session is kind of continuing a story. This one specifically is broken up into multiple different missions, but those missions aren't necessarily going to be one session each. And there is an overarching story that will connect everything that you'll start to learn about as we go along. But right now, this is session 0. We are going to create our characters and assign stats and gear and whatnot. You guys will notice that I have given you all a handout that is called Kilo Company Organization. You guys are part of Kilo Company, which is one of the 3 rifle companies of the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment. You guys are specifically in 2nd Platoon. There are 3 platoons in this company. You guys are part of 2nd Platoon. Your immediate commanding officer is Lieutenant Marie Casados, and her XO is Staff Sergeant Simborski. Depending on what kind of team you want to make, or rather, what kind of... because there are going to be multiple teams. Each fire team, because that's the ultimate kind of building block of all of this. You'll see you have company. Companies are made out of platoons. Platoons are made out of sections. Sections are made out of squads. Squads are made out of fire teams. Fire teams are 2 Marines each, although we can modify that since we have an odd number of players. And depending on the roles or the MOS, the military occupational specialty that you take, will be choosing a different fire team type. The types of fire teams are listed in the Colonial Marines Operational Manual in which chapter? Chapter 3. So I will... let's see. There are pre-made characters for those who have, absolutely no ideas, which is fine, but, I first have to grab them. To find where the character sheets are. I think I know where.
Did you really give me a character sheet with the name Will both of these?
Yes, I did. Dreamer, you missed it, but for the first campaign I played after we got back, I created the greatest NPC of all time, Joe Bofidis.
Okay, then.
It was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, it was the single greatest act I've ever done as a GM. His cousin, Chris, FICO Fox Chris, came up with impromptu lore that his cousin is Joe Mama. Someday, at some point, you guys will not know when, but at some point, I will be creating that NPC to meet you at some point.
Actually sounds pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. Let's see.
Hey, what page was chapter 3?
Chapter 3 starts on page 38. So, Robo, I am going to give you a pre-made character. There are a couple of choices in terms of MOS. We have Rifleman, AFV Marine, we have a Section Sergeant, a Comtech Marine, and a Rifleman.
I mean, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, let's decide that once everybody else has decided, because that way we decide based on what's going to work. So, basically, once we've all decided what MOS you want to take, let me know, because we're going to have 2 fire teams, each 2 Marines each, and obviously the type of fire team is going to depend on what class of Marines we're going in. So, what are people thinking?
Well, I just had a question about the Comtech Marine.
Yep, that
So,
would
like,
yeah, that
they
would
can be involved in different types of fire teams, right?
Yeah, they're pretty flexible. So, yeah, they're the combat technician. So, yeah, once people have decided what kind of Marine they want to be, that will help us decide how we want to organize it.
Both of the characters I have made have accidentally fit into the rifle team category.
Okay. So, yeah, so you've created a rifleman and a hospital corpsman?
Yes.
So, yeah, those, let's see, there should be, yeah, we'll decide on what, so that, if somebody wants to play a rifleman, you could play the hospital corpsman or vice versa.
Definitely think having a medic would be good.
Okay, so does anybody want to play a rifleman?
Well, I mean, both of his characters are riflemen, so I mean, if that's the role he
that's
wants to
one
take,
of his characters is a hospital corpsman, is what he said.
One of them is actually a rifleman, and one of them is a hospital corpsman. So I would need just another player to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If we were strictly sticking to rifle team, whatever the term is.
Yeah.
Fire team.
Makeup, essentially.
Yeah, let me look at these MOs again.
Yep, so the rules for MOS are going to be in Chapter 4, starting on page 54. And remember, you guys are going to need to choose who's going to be your, which one of you is going to be your, what is it?
Commander.
Yeah, your commanding officer, your unit commander, because as a GM, I'm just going to come out and say it and say, I really don't want to have to give you guys orders because it breaks up it's too railroady for me.
Yeah, it takes too much.
Yeah, when I have to be managing all the other NPCs, but
I mean, I'm kind of fine with doing whatever. I do have a character that I do want to play as a hospital corpsman.
okay. Well, if you've got that, then why don't we let Dreamer do his rifleman character?
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
I mean, with that character, I also kind of want to make him an officer.
Okay, so let's see.
You'll understand why once you see his name.
Okay, let's see. So, yeah, rifle team, you could be, say, you could actually be the lance corporal for that specific You could even be, like, the commanding officer for your team, depending on what other people decide. Or just the corporal. Unless anybody else wants to be the officer.
I don't think that would really fit the character I made.
What, the...
Because of her being a defector
Oh, yeah.
from the UPP, I don't think people would
Yeah, that's...
make her an officer.
That's fair. And
I think my character would fit for the role in terms of the lore and backstory, but as a player, I don't want to deal with that responsibility.
Okay, so, Vico, I will give you the rank of corporal. You'll be the squad leader.
You know, it might be a good idea to, like, say a little bit about our characters.
Oh,
probably,
of course.
So we know, like, who we're dealing with before we decide this, actually.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, everybody who has their main idea for a character, why don't you say so now? Who wants to go first?
I can go first. Hello, I have Galactic Cross. Please don't ask.
What?
Apologies.
What?
Next guy go if you wouldn't mind. I'm still working on this.
Okay.
Someone says I'm echoing. Am I still echoing?
I'm not hearing it.
I don't hear an echo from you.
You seem fine
I
to me?
mean, on Twitch.
Oh, let's
Someone
see.
said someone's echoing really bad.
I wonder if that's... Oh,
Because I hear myself echoing on the stream when I turned it on.
okay. Let me know if that fixes it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
There we go. Yeah, that's why.
Better know.
I accidentally had desktop audio on. I didn't realize it was on by default. But, yep, who wants to go first?
Guess I will go first.
And keep in mind, this can be very basic because we're not starting session 1 till next week. So, really just the kind of general idea of what your character is about.
Yeah, I don't think too much of her story is really, I don't think there's anything, like, secretive in it, really.
Yeah, even just like people who haven't really decided exactly what they want to do, but...
But yeah, so my character is Lyra Ivanova. Or Ivanova, I guess. I don't know, I just looked up a random Russian-sounding name. So, she was born an orphan on a UPP colony after her parents were killed in a shuttle docking accident. So she basically just grew up under the indoctrination of the state. And she studied how to use computers and programming to spy on the local population, like social media and whatnot, to report
Facebook.
people who... Yeah. Facebook. Basically report people who were saying stuff against the state.
Yeah, like the whatchamacallit, the system they have in China.
Right, basically. And in her free time, she was looking up information about her parents. And that's when she discovered that they were actually assassinated for financially supporting people who were against the ruling party.
Yeah, so somebody told Putin.
So then she basically collected as much sensitive information that she could get a hold of, which wasn't really that much, but turned it over to the colonial marines and in exchange for political asylum.
Yeah, and so she's
but after interrogation and, of course they don't trust her, they basically give her a choice: either you live under house arrest or you become a Comtech Marine.
Yeah.
So that's what she chose.
Makes sense. I like it.
But because of her backstory and upbringing, a lot of Marines do not trust her at all. So she's always has to prove herself everywhere.
Yeah, and that's going to come in through RP kind of being eager to to kind of show off or just kind of show that she has the team's back and everything.
Right, and she's not afraid to put you in your place if you start talking shit.
Yep, makes sense.
So yeah,
Anybody
that's
else?
the character I had in mind.
I like it.
But if someone else really wants to do Comtech, I wouldn't mind changing her up to be a different role, possibly. So I could change her backstory to be like a pilot or the AFV Marine.
Yeah. Anybody else got ideas? Because if you don't have a background, that's something that can come later. You can just decide right now, like...
Well, I've got my character.
Okay. Who is it?
Let's hear it.
So my character is Franklin Sanders, a good old boy from South Carolina who studied under medicine, joined the USMC to serve his country. Now he became a leader because he's very charismatic and loves everybody. And I mean everybody. So long as you don't cross him, he is very kind.
And I'm guessing he has a thing for fried chicken?
Oh, more than just a thing. His nickname is Foggy. Or you can call him Foghorn.
Oh, Jesus.
I say,
I got a thing for fried chicken. I say, boy.
Fried chicken-based medical practices.
He's got 13 different herbs and spices. Okay.
And he's not bad with a shotgun.
Yeah, he likes to keep it handy for close encounters.
of the third kind.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, you know the Colonel Sanders story, right? The way he got his, got rid of his competition. There was a shootout involved.
I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, his competitor was defacing a sign and they got into a fight. And his competitor actually shot one of Colonel Sanders' friends and killed him. And went to jail.
Oh,
And
damn.
he's like, well, I own the block now.
Okay, so... Dreamer, we've got potentially Rifleman, I think, would probably be a good fit. And then... And... So...
So we have a rifleman and medical. Those go together, right?
Yep, those can go together. And... Let's see. So, as a combat technician... Let me know what you want to do. Because... I could also make it so that you... have one fire team of 3. So, like... We could have, say... You could be on a rifle team, and then Robo and Sama, who is not here right now, but I will let him know what we've all decided so he can decide what role he wants to take. But, yeah, he and Robo could then form their own fire team. But, it's up to you.
Yeah, well, I would think so. Comtech Marine, what if we did a gun team as well? So that would be a rifleman and a smart gunner.
Not a bad idea.
Or we could do a rifleman and a breacher. Do those work together?
Rifleman and a breacher? Let me see. It doesn't look like it, but I would still allow it, because I'm not going to be super strict.
Because then we could have a 3-man team, a Comtech paired with a breacher, and... I mean, could we cheese it and do... Assault Marine, Comtech, and smart gunner together?
Sure. So, where is... Okay, so you said assault marine.
So we have the medical team, and then we have a team of 3 that's assault, smart gunner, and comtech.
Okay, so let's see. So we have the medic team, rifleman, and hospital corpsman. And then I'm going to say... Okay, and then assault team, automatic rifleman, comtech marine, and... What did you say this third one? What did you say?
The assault marine, the breacher.
Oh, and breacher. Okay, so.
And what were the pre-mades again? Because I was wondering if we could just swap their MOs as well, or MOS. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to allow it. It'll require some. Yep, so we've got...
You had to redo their stats, but I mean...
Yeah, a little bit. So we've got a Marine Rifleman, we've got a Comtech Marine, an AFV, Section Sergeant, and then a generic Rifleman. But, yeah,
I mean, we're supposed to assign our own points anyway, so you could just use their name and story, but then change everything else, and it shouldn't matter.
Yep. Okay, so...
So, I mean, that way, then we can have Robo decide between Smart Gunner and Assault Marine. Or unless you want to play
Preacher.
Something else.
Yeah. So...
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so...
But I figured you would probably want one of those since they get cool weapons.
Yeah, pretty heavy weapons. The Breacher has the RPG. The Automatic Rifleman, hence the name, has the Smart Gun.
I'll take the breacher.
Okay. Mm. Yep. I'm just gonna, so this... You'll need to decide a name for this one, but...
I need to come up with a name.
Yeah, like a name, but I'm giving you a background, just copy and paste. And at any point, if you feel like changing it, like adding something, absolutely feel free to. I'm not gonna...
You want me to come up with a name now?
Yep, just, okay, I've just added your bio. And then you said, okay. Okay, and then, let's see.
Maybe I'll try to make a more memey backup character, so if something happens, I'll have
I mean, I
something
want
silly
Will
to fall back on.
No, I want Will both of these because I actually have a decent amount of stuff written for him.
Okay. I'll give them to you.
Good. I spent a little bit of time coming up with puns. I still
Good.
need more, but
Yep, okay. And so now we allocate our 14 points to attributes. Robo, yours are already allocated, but you can decide to alter them as you see fit, if you want to.
Okay.
Your MOS will specialize what attributes you can give. You will give a higher...
is that 14 points for the core attributes?
Yeah, for the 4.
Okay.
And you can only make your key attribute a 5.
At least... Let me see.
Right?
At least as far as I know, although it does have... The generic Jarhead does say that... because I think some of them have... Some of the MOSs have more than one key attribute. Or, no, never mind. Yeah, but I guess it must be a typo. So, Robo, assign one of the points from... Let's see. Assign one of the points from agility into either wits or empathy.
Oh, I gotta change it to a 4.
Yep, I realized that must have been a typo.
Okay.
Yep, so once you guys have done that, once you guys have done that, you allocate a total of 10 points to various skills. However, there are limits because we're Colonial Marines. You must allocate at least 1 point each to close combat, stamina, ranged combat, and whatever skills are listed by your MOS. MOS skills can start at up to level 4. For close combat, stamina, and ranged combat, 3 is the maximum starting level. Unless those are your MOS skills, in which case they can go up to level 4.
Okay, so I gotta put one in close combat and take one out of something.
Yeah, it's basically meant to represent the fact that you... Like, there's a set of... Like, there's basic training. Like, you have to be trained how to fight to be in the Colonial Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
So, what were the skills that we need?
It is...
Required?
Let me see. Let me go back up.
Close
It-
combat, ranged combat,
And stamina.
stamina.
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
As well as the skills that are listed as your... that are listed in your MOS. So for a hospital corpsman, let me see what it is. You also have to put it...
is medical aid and observation.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the rule book up.
Great.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with how mine are set up.
Okay.
guess it'd probably be metagaming to try to build our talents a certain way.
No, I'd still allow it because you guys are creating a squad that is meant to work off each other's best characteristics. So, for example, let's say you had a recon team that would be a dedicated marksman and a forward observer. You might choose specifically the talent that, as the observer, you might specifically choose the talent that, for every success you get on your observation roll to spot a target, gives an additional +1 to the sniper's ranged combat roll. Like, that's just basic kind of common sense because you're kind of filling that role. So I will allow you guys to discuss with each other what you guys want to take based on your roles in the fire team.
I meant skills, not talents.
Oh, skills? No, absolutely. Same thing. Like, because you guys are selected for a fire team based on how well you're going to work together, so it makes sense that your skills would also be complementary to that fact.
You guys think I should take 1 out of manipulation and put it in towards maxing out my comtech?
Well, let's see.
I mean, what's your empathy at?
Well, I mean, I got wits 5, so right now my comtech roll would be a 7, and my empathy would be a 4 because I only have 3. I mean, my manipulation would be 4. I only have 3 empathy.
Yep. So I'd say that.
Yeah. Don't worry about the manipulation. I've got that because my empathy is 5.
Yeah, that makes more sense because, first off, as someone who's under high suspicion, you probably wouldn't have a lot of manipulation ability, especially with people in the USCMC. And as both an officer and a hospital corpsman, you, Sanders, would be absolutely in the right to have high levels
high
of
empathy, high manipulation. I mean, I think I've got my spread pretty good.
You might also want to have a few points in command.
Yeah, I guess I should probably take one of the points that I have.
Because as an officer, you can give orders to your squad to give them bonuses in combat.
And you could order around some NPCs into doing things that...
Yeah, potentially.
Helpful.
Franklin's Foggy is going to be a little bit more dummy thick.
Okay.
A little bit less mobility.
That's fair.
I might drop my empathy down to 2, even, and just say, fuck it.
Yep, that's fine.
Actually, yeah, for your backstory, that probably works, because that would help you fail empathy rolls if we had to murder people.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know...
That was my favorite roll to fail.
That was such a good fail.
Yep, where you just snapped her neck.
Yeah, that final act had my 2 favorite moments. I broke somebody's neck, and a xenomorph exploded on me for no damage.
Yeah, that was really funny.
That was hilarious.
It was just so pissed off that it just killed itself. It reminds me of that Filthy Frank bit where he's like, "Is someone there? I have a belt and I'm not afraid to hang myself."
That was a good skit.
Yeah. But, okay, so, anybody else? Because we've got the automatic rifleman, we've got, and then, and then the regular rifleman, so.
I don't have everything set up, but I got stats and name, and that's about it.
What was that? Stats and name?
Yeah.
That's fine. You can come up with a backstory more over the next week or so.
Oh, no, I mean, like, I haven't got the backstory finished, but I've got about probably 700 words.
Oh, boy. Well, that's a lot,
Quite
but
a lot.
It's okay.
Better hope you don't get plugged by a xenomorph in first
I'm
encounter.
probably going to.
Don't worry.
I
All
hope.
of this since
I
like
hope.
1 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I hope he does.
Morning.
I hope Xeno does kill him real quick. That'll be funny as fuck.
I mean, it will be humorous.
I'm running this one I'm gonna run this. I'm running this one. I wouldn't say mercifully, but more like I'm gonna be giving you guys.
You're not intending to TPK us?
Yeah. First off, because then
He says the man who posted the other day that we need to keep in mind the high attrition of this game and to have characters on the back burner ready to go for when our characters die.
not necessarily ready to go, but more like it's a good idea to have some ideas for backup because the system is naturally high attrition. There's only so much I can do.
Exactly.
So they don't need to be ready to go, but it's just a good idea to have just an idea.
And sometimes you get lucky and you're wearing the acid-proof suit when the Xeno explodes.
Yeah.
So there is that.
And sometimes you're not lucky.
Yeah.
You go through like 5 characters in one game.
Yeah, that was really funny. That was... And sometimes everybody's unlucky and we get 3 PC deaths in a single session.
I am so sad for Tiny Marine, though.
Yep.
Oh no, Tiny Marine.
Yep, and let's not forget the Halloween special, which was supposed to be really high attrition, and yet it took to the very end of Act 3 to get 2 PC deaths.
Yeah,
We lost a couple of eyeballs along the way, though.
That's true.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Yep. John Kane is now
freaks.
completely blind. And who's to say that you might not face them again? Who knows? Anything could happen.
Hey, do any of y'all have banter?
So Sanders can take it?
Yeah, you
Haven't
might.
thought about a talent yet.
Yeah,
I
there's.
think any of the MOSs can take it, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's one.
Actually, you are not wrong. Everyone can take banter.
Yep, that said, keep in mind that banter is not cumulative. So, like, if 2 people use banter, you don't get to lower your stress by 4.
Yeah, only one of us really needs it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 or
that's why
2.
I was asking if even anyone had it.
Yeah.
Yep, I mean,
I need to actually look at the talent.
yeah, there's some pretty good
it-
ones.
The Colonial Marines ones are listed specifically in that manual.
Yep, there's also some in the core rulebook that you can take.
Yeah, I'll pull them up in the core rulebook. I just need to go to the table of context and find it in the Colonial Marines one.
Oh, it is on page 60.
I might have a screenshot of the talents I can just post.
Oh, yeah, go ahead if you want to do that.
And we can pick any of the general talents as well, right?
Yeah, if you can justify why you might choose one. In terms of, like,
Okay,
for
yeah, I
your
was just
character.
wondering.
Yeah. Or are we gonna get to roll for things?
Oh, yeah, field events.
Yeah, the event tables.
Yep, so we'll do that
That's-
after everybody's got their talents.
Okay.
Alright, give me a minute, I gotta have a few of them, but I'm posting them in character selection.
Okay. I will say that certain ones are. The machine gunner one is really good, and then weapon specialist is also really good. Because machine gunner lets you fire full auto without, and you don't have to raise your stress level, which means that you can effectively fire full auto every round. Unless, I'll have to look something up, because I think I'll have to see if Oh yeah, yeah. I just had to
Alright,
check and
almost done.
see
That
If
one
it-
might be useful.
what. Which one?
The field surgeon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good one to have, especially as a
Yeah, I
medic.
feel like I should take that.
All right, one more.
But yeah, yeah, for those who can take it, if they're using a weapon that has full auto, the machine gunner talent is really good because it lets you fire full auto, which does give you a +2, but you don't have to increase your stress level by 1, which you usually do if you fire full auto.
I'd probably take that since I got the smart gun. Or
Okay.
wait, no, I'm taking the rocket person. Never mind.
Oh, you are?
The breacher.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were
I took
taking
the breacher.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, well, you can take... Okay, so then let me put that in.
Oh, you might want to see if you can't get. What is it?
You could
Rapid
take
reload.
Yeah, you could also take what?
Ooh.
Which?
Yeah,
which?
rapid reload would be great because then you could reload as your fast action, so you could reload
Shoot.
and shoot on the same turn.
Oh yeah, that
Hell
would be
yeah.
really good. Yeah, so take that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's a great. How many talents do we get?
You get 1. But
Okay.
over the course of this campaign, as you accrue experience, you may end up...
We can take more.
Yeah, though there is a process involved. You have to... Let me see. Where is it? Yep, so it costs 5 XP. It requires a day of practice and a successful wits roll. Although, if you're instructed by someone who has the talent already that you want, then the roll succeeds automatically.
Nice.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be good.
For Comtech?
I kind of narrowed it down to either remote, which lets me control turrets, or remotely pilot vehicles, assuming I have the right equipment to do that. It gives me +2 to Comtech rolls. Or there's bypass, which gives me +2 to like overriding doors and hacking diagnostic equipment.
Let's see. Yeah, both of those would be good. Let's see.
I think they both would be good, but I feel like my base rolling would be pretty good for opening doors, but like remotely piloting, I feel like that's where we would really want an extra +2.
Okay, so... Yep, just copy and paste the text for that into your talent section.
Also, I really want to be able to like turn on a sentry gun and shoot people in the back or something.
Yeah, I can see where that would come in handy.
And I feel like she would get special enjoyment backstabbing people like that, literally.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Anyone else? Has everybody decided their talent?
I thought for background reason overkill would work for one of mine.
Okay.
But that's...
Yeah, I can see that. Another good talent for you is called... God, what is it? Because you can also take from the officer talents as a squad commander.
I
And-
didn't post those, so you'd have to look for those.
Oh, I
on
got
your
him.
own.
Let me
Okay.
grab him. It is in talents, and so you've got field commander, which would allow you to use command to give orders in combat as a fast action, which means you can give orders twice in the same round. That's really good
Am I-
because,
I got it.
yeah, you can give, by giving orders, you get the target of the order. If they decide to carry out the order, they get a bonus to their roll.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty useful, but
There's the actual talents.
Thank you.
oh, it's not just they get a +1. It's for every success you roll on the command, they get a +1. So let's say you got lucky and you rolled 3 successes, they would get a +3 to their roll. You can also use the command roll to stop someone panicking. So
I order you to stop panicking.
yep, let's see.
All right, now question: what rank are people actually playing as, if I might ask?
Well, that's up to you guys. The ranks for fire team are your fire teams are, let's see, we've got a hospital corpsman is, you guys can basically be private first class. One member of each team, of each fire team, could be up to a lance corporal, which would be the leader of that specific fire team. The overall leader, which in our case is going to be Sanders, can be a corporal. Or you could just be a private, depending on how long you've served. If you serve for at least a year, you would just be you'd be a private first class.
Instead of Colonel Sanders, he's Corporal Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, he could become a colonel eventually.
I think
That has to be your secret agenda. Become a colonel.
Yep, rise through the
Yes,
ranks.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, God, roll 20. Come on.
I think my character is going down the route of has made enough mistakes to where they're not in a position of command, but not enough to get, well, dishonorably discharged.
So they would just be private first class if they've served for at
Private
least a year.
first class, despite
Guilty.
probably previously holding a command position.
Okay. So,
Sort of kept around for political reasons, maybe.
yeah, that works.
But busted down a couple of ranks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like it.
I'm gonna say my character's been around long enough to be private first class, but
Yeah, that works.
for some reason, she has not been upgraded to that rank.
Okay. That makes sense, given the story.
Yeah, well, we know the reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess everyone knows the reason.
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, like in real world, it's really, really rare to actually see privates or private first classes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, because...
Well, no, basically, after you go through basic and once you get out of A school, which is what you do right after basic, everybody gets to E3.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, you do not stay as an E1 or an E2 for very long.
Nice. So...
And especially with the people that I work with, it's not uncommon for people to get up to like E4 or E5 within a couple of years.
Huh.
What branch were you?
I'm civilian, so I work with all the branches.
Okay, that works. I got a friend who was in National Guard for a bit.
Yeah.
Specifically, he... Actually, you know what? Some of that's not even none of my business, so I'll let him tell you if he wants to. But it's a funny story, his deal with it. He technically wasn't in it, and at the same time, he technically can't get out either. There's been some bureaucratic stuff with his that's just been funny.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've known some people who have had some really funny stories, and some other people have been really, really screwed over.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, he technically isn't out of the military. Like, the actual paperwork shows that he was never discharged.
Huh.
Despite the fact that he's been out for a couple of years now.
Oh, wow.
I mean, his contract should have be up at some point, so eventually they'll get around to doing it, unless they just lost all the paperwork.
That
I
does
think it
sound like
might
something
have
they
had
would do.
something to do with, and I might as well tell you now, I think it has something to do with how he was originally got in the first place, because he was actually never supposed to get accepted in the first place because he failed the physical.
Oof.
He somehow then got into boot camp, was there for 6 weeks, and then got kicked out due to an injury.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there was some red tape going on that just caused all the paperwork to completely go nonsense.
I
At
mean,
least that's what I understand from what happened to him. From hearing from him.
better than my cousin,
Yeah.
who got dishonorably discharged for committing Grand Theft Auto and deserting.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Joined up, went to boot camp. Partway through boot camp, decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Got a day pass out of boot camp. Have literally no idea how he got that. Went to the car dealership, got a car for a test drive, and just didn't come back.
God damn. That's nothing compared to what Joe did, though.
Oh no. And which Joe would that be?
Let me roll a d6.
If you really have 6 puns for Joe,
No, it was just to decide. 4+, it was Joe Bophades. They said he was
Hey.
nuts.
he was.
Hey, yeah, Reptile. Got a question for you.
Yep.
In the alien universe, are mercenaries and such contracted out by corporations all that common?
Yeah. There's PMCs, private military contractors.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
that's always the term, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get you, and thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, that's...
Would they?
Sorry, go ahead.
Would a corporation actually hire mercenaries to assist with government military at the same time during an operation or something?
It's hypothetically possible, but it's more likely that they would try to work directly with the Corps because of the friction that could be caused between the PMCs and the Marines, and that could potentially cause the mission to go south because of that friction. And
That is literally my storyline at the moment.
okay, well, I'll allow it.
Yep. Currently, actually, would you mind if I say, or would that be too
No,
much?
no,
Actually,
go ahead.
That would be too much because it would be kind of... Okay. Essentially, I have my main character that's dealing with some mercenaries being hired by... Is it correct to say that Weyland-Yutani has some rival corporations against them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's
Okay.
yeah, like Siegson, there's Bionational. Pretty much every corporation is... Let me see if it's in the core rulebook. There should be a section that says
One of
which...
the characters I played in Chariot of the Gods, they were an android sent by another company to steal Weyland-Yutani or sabotage Weyland-Yutani secrets.
Yep. Let's
Okay.
see. So... Yep, so
Well-
Chig USA Corporation is a rival of Weyland-Yutani.
That works, that works. I'll let you pick which one to actually use, but that's going to be a fairly decent chunk of my storyline here.
Okay.
So, but I'll just shut up on it just because it is... I don't know. Whole thing, you're not really supposed to give out your backstory and all that. You're supposed to let other players figure it out kind of thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we can talk about it in private, or just over text in Discord.
Yeah.
So what's after talents? We do
After talents, then
your
then we do the... What is it? Give me a second. Making Marines. It's going to be... The next step is going to be, now that we've got your rank, personal stuff. So, You guys can do on the throughout next week. It's going to be description of your appearance, a personal agenda, a signature item, and then this is optional, a buddy and a rival. This, again, is going to be not necessarily something you have to start out with, because it may be better to start out with no buddies or rivals, depending on your character, and then potentially have that change as the campaign goes on.
I think I'll be going that route.
Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to decide to have a starting buddy or rival, just discuss it with me and with them.
I kind of like the idea of kind of figuring that out maybe after our first mission together or something.
Yeah.
I like that too. And remember, at the end of every session, you can decide to actually change your buddy and rival. So it's not something that stays static. Oh yeah. So the next thing we do is field event. So
Just post the picture of my character that I used.
oh yeah. It would definitely be helpful for those of you who can to try and find a photo of what you think your character would look like, because then I can make a nice character token for them. But
It's gonna take me a second to get a screenshot of.
oh yeah, and it's no
Purple
problem.
banners.
This can all be done in the time leading up to next week, because we don't need tokens until session 1.
Yeah.
But everybody except for everybody's gonna roll on event table A, and then Sanders, you're gonna roll on event table B.
Nice.
It's a D66.
Yep. Okay. So,
I rolled 35.
let's see. 35 is local alien wildlife.
Oh
Ate
my
the lieutenant
God.
and friendly fire took out the sergeant. You were the eldest of the young Marines, and they turned to you for their orders. You didn't let them down. Gained +1 to command.
That doesn't fit my character at all, but
Oh my
I mean-
God. Sanders
why you
got
rolled that?
exactly what I wanted.
Okay. Operation Crossbow, a secret attempt to gain the 0G training talent. The op never took place, or if it did, your platoon did not participate in it. I like
that's
it.
cool.
Yep, and then Jeff, you got the same one.
You think I should re-roll, or should I keep
I'll
the
let-
+1 command?
No, I'll let you re-roll if you want.
I'm sorry. Sanders got something so fucking good.
You rolled the same.
I rolled a 35 again. I guess I better keep it. The universe is telling me to.
Yeah, if
Third
you
time's
want.
a charm, bro.
Third time's a charm. Should I do it?
Go ahead.
Okay, there we go.
Yep, that was less than that was like a 7 in 10,000 chance of that happening. Okay, oh, you've got that's a good one.
Yeah, this works for me now, though.
Netting a checkpoint on a war-torn colony world, you spotted suspicious behavior and shot the suicide bomber dead, saving a dozen lives in the process. You gain +1 to observation.
Okay, that's very useful. And
Yep.
it fits my character pretty
Yeah,
well.
it does.
So.
Now, Dreamer, you have to roll.
Actually, you can already see my previous rolls.
Oh, let me see. Oh yeah,
You
you're
should be
right.
able to.
What did you get?
53 for my first character, 51 for my second.
Oh,
53
nice.
For Gregory and 51 for Stevenson.
Oh, sweet. Yep. So, yeah, and that could also be your galactic cross for your character. Could be a signature item. And then, which character are you playing right now? The rifle. Which one is the rifleman?
The rifleman is Gregory Haskell.
Which one did he? Which one did he get?
He was the one that got the cross.
Oh, great. So
And actually, I currently don't have that as a signature item because I'm trying to write as a character that he doesn't really like it due to reasons of how he got it.
Okay.
And it actually causing more issue than not.
Okay, that's fine.
I
I
will
just
have to
figured.
put it in tiny items. Thank you for bringing it up.
Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, so now, Sanders, you roll me on the event table B.
Oh, I already did.
Oh, what did you get?
And I hit something fucking fantastic.
What did you get?
Look it up.
Let's see. Okay, so FICO, you got 44. Oh, let's see. Oh, the Merciless talent?
Oh, yeah. Not just that, but how we got it.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Let's see. Your squad was relentlessly hit by booby traps and sniper. Oh, that's good. That's good.
From a wathkily wabbit.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you also roll on event table A as well, because you roll on
cool.
both.
I will roll on that one now.
45. You gain the tough talent. That's really good. You get +2 health.
That's actually
Jeez.
really, really good for Sanders.
What did your health start at?
It's starting at 3.
Oh yeah, so now you have standard kind of colonial marine health. So yeah, you basically you took the officer role taking a hit to your health, but now you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
So that's really good. You now have 3 talents.
Yeah. Oh, I am hoping that Sanders lives through this because, goddamn.
Imagine him getting all, like, just filling up all 5 talent slots.
There's 5 of them. I can only see 4.
Oh, yeah, there might only be 4, but let me see.
Yeah, there's 4 on my sheet.
Oh, yeah, so I guess it's 4. So, yeah, if you decide to take another talent after you get 5 XP, you're going to have to choose carefully.
Yeah. Oh. Watch Sanders get head bit the first encounter we get. He'll taste like chicken.
Yep. Well, then you have to create a character.
I already have his signature item.
Oh, what is it?
It's a notebook filled with recipes.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and I'll let him have, like, let's say a +3 to survival skills that involve making food or something to eat out of, say, local biological material, like local flora and fauna. So you can add that to your character sheet because it makes sense for your character.
Yep.
I have a great idea for a signature item I just thought about.
What?
It could be a doll I played with as a kid. It's like a Barbie, but it's called Soviet Susie instead.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, so
you know what? That's actually really good.
Yep. So let's see. So now we just gear up. So 3 types of gear: basic gear, specialty gear, and bonus gear. So you're going to have your key tags, battle dress utilities. You're going to have your individual marine pack, which is going to include a personal med kit. And then your M3 personnel armor with built-in personal data transmitter, and a TNR shoulder lamp. You don't have to write down all of these, because the ballistics helmet, the standard boots, battle dress utilities, that stuff all is just part of your personnel armor. So just put down, like, personnel armor with built-in PDT in your items, personal med kit as well, because that is going to be important.
What's the weight? The armor's 1 is the med kit.
I believe it's
What
a
is
quarter.
that?
I believe it's 1/4. Let me double check.
Okay.
It is, yeah, 1/4. And then the TNR shoulder lamp and your key tags are going to go in tiny items. They don't weigh anything. And that basically will help. The shoulder lamp is basically to help you fight in the dark, so you won't suffer penalties from lack of light if you turn that on.
Does it give us any negative effects or bonuses to enemies hunting us?
Yeah, it would give you a negative to your mobility, like a -2, I'm gonna say, to your mobility if you're trying to sneak around. And then, for bonus gear, each of you is going to choose one item from List A and List B on page 62.
Well, actually, the medkit's part of the whole pack count. Does that weigh 1?
It doesn't say. Let me see if other equipment. Oh, yeah, so it's medkit and supply rating 4 worth of food and water. So, yeah, it would still be, let's see if it even says. Oh, yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's weight 0. The individual marine pack also increases your carrying capacity by 2.
I'm gonna move that to the bottom of my list for now, then.
Okay. Yeah, and then obviously for your... Yeah, you can just add that +2 to your encumbrance. And then add 4... Everybody... This is for everybody, because everybody gets an imp. And then put 4 into both your food and water. Everybody got it?
My apologies. What are y'all doing currently?
Oh, we're adding gear.
Okay.
Yep, so basic gear is the stuff that everybody gets. All of this you can find on page 62. The main things that you want to add, tiny items are going to be your ID key tags and your shoulder lamp. Then you're going to get your individual marine pack, which includes a med kit, which is... You don't really need to add that to your encumbrance because it's part of your marine pack. So it has that, and then it has four rations each, or 4 supply each of water and food, and then it increases your maximum encumbrance by 2. And then obviously your M3 personnel armor with a built-in PDT. And then once everybody's got that, we can move on to bonus gear.
And our encumbrance is our strength multiplied by 2, correct?
Yep, and then a +2 on top of that for your...
Here, I'm gonna put that in there so I remember.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we are issued a helmet. Good.
Yeah, the helmet is just part of your... It's just part of the M3 personnel armor.
Yeah, I just noted that down.
Okay.
And that's what, armor 6?
Yep, armor 6, weight 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and our encumbrance is...
Strength?
What, strength?
Yep, strength times 2. And then
+2 for your marine pack.
Yep.
Nice. There we go. Okay, and and I'll look up the pulse rifles. Wait, once we get to it.
Yep, that's going to be 6. Or not 6, 1. And then... yeah, so next we choose bonus gear. There are 2 lists, A and B. You choose 1 item from each of these lists. These are all on page 62.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, I already get electronic tools with my specialty gear, so...
Yep.
What does this watch do? Is that going to be anything
The
good?
Samani E-Series watch. Let me get there. That is...
Yeah, I can just
it
scroll
gives you
down and
survival
find it.
+1. So,
Yeah, I don't know about that one then. I feel like the environmental poncho could be good.
yeah, let me see what the rules for that are.
No, they're somewhere in here.
You get stamina +2 against chemical and biological.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, let me see, where is
And
that?
you get better mobility in wet environments.
Yep, where is the rules for that again?
It's on page 77, protective gear.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, so... oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Once it takes damage, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, so you would need to have... yeah, you'd need to be able to repair. Which, I imagine... it would probably take, like, a turn, 10 to 15 minutes worth of time to patch it. And I would let you take, like, a specialized fabric repair kit or something like that to do so.
Yeah, that's just one option.
Yep. Let me know what you've decided. And then, everybody else? What have you guys decided from list A?
I think I'm gonna take that poncho. I'll put it
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
FICO?
I really, really want to take the Bimex anti-flash sunglasses.
Okay. Take them.
They're so silly.
Yeah, they are, but, hey, you never know when they might come in handy. Those are... let me find the...
yeah, I know the rules to them.
yeah, it is pretty stupid. It's, if you're hit by a laser weapon...
Or it's directed energy, but yes, you can attempt to deflect the beam with them.
Yep. And it's only a single base dice, so the chances are shit. But I'll let you, I'll let it have,
it's
like...
a little bit of a meme.
yeah, but I will... yeah, because of that, and because, like... because there are other items that are better, I'll give you a bonus to manipulation or command while you're wearing them. How about that?
Okay,
I
you know
like
what?
that.
Actually, sure. If you give me a +1 to
Yeah,
both of those, then I'm totally cool with taking them.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair. Because I don't want players to feel like, in order to roleplay, they have to gimp their character. So, yeah. Dreamer, what are
Yeah,
you
I
taking
feel-
for your list A item?
I'm gonna go with the poncho. My
Okay.
character's been through enough stuff to realize, you know what? Getting wet stinks.
Makes sense. I'll also let you, like with Cheese, I'll let you take a poncho repair kit type thing. I'll say it's good for 2 uses, and each time you want to repair, that's going to be... we'll figure out what roll it is if we want to make you roll for it, and then it'll take a turn's worth of work, so 10 to 15 minutes.
Should we put that in tiny items? Because
Yeah, yeah, I'm
assuming
not...
it wouldn't be very heavy.
Yeah, it would just be like almost like a sewing kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the glasses in tiny items.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much anything that is weight 0 can go in tiny items.
Since the med kit's part of the pack, should we just throw it up there as well then?
Put the med kit... Yeah, sure. Everybody decided?
Now, question: should we be like listing individual separate base items, like even the boots and the helmet,
No.
as separate items?
No.
No,
Okay.
you can just list that as M3 personal armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have it set as. M3 personal armor, in parentheses, set.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because items that are just part of a set, there's no reason to list them separately, because it'll just take up space that you'll need for other items.
Wait. Being
Yeah.
able to tell which one's which.
Well, the weight of the personnel armor includes everything.
Okay, I get where you're going with it.
Yeah, so, because it's all
Battle dress
together, weight
utilities
1.
is something separate, though?
What?
Battle dress utilities as something separate, however?
No. No, that's just like your fatigues and everything that you wear under the armor.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, the armor you'll be on whenever you're out of the ship, or let's say there was a combat situation in the ship for whatever reason, like you got boarded, then yeah, you would put the armor on there, but basically, on the Tambatam, you're not going to be in your armor, that's what you'll be in, your fatigues, basically. So
That works.
Yep, so everybody's decided what they want from list A. Now, what about list B?
Did Robo's character already have this stuff figured out?
It doesn't look like it. I don't know if there's... I don't know if he got disconnected or... I don't know, but let's keep going.
Yeah, we can... That stuff's easy enough to figure out anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, list B. These are basically all weapons, except for the cutting torch, which can be used as a close combat weapon, but its primary use is for heavy machinery.
Ah, you said cutting torch. I almost thought you said cutting board.
I mean, Sanders might have a cutting board in his personal locker.
Yes.
Potentially. Yes, that should be a signature item.
The signature item.
His signature item would be like a bow tie or something.
Oh, no, it's a notebook filled with recipes.
Ah,
And he
yes, that would work.
Yeah, and he can add to it as he gets inspiration in the middle of a session. Like,
Yep.
oh, this local life tastes really good when you season it with paprika. I'm gonna write that down.
Maybe xenomorph blood if you neutralize the acid first.
Yeah, if you dilute it enough.
It makes a tangy sauce. No, you don't even need to dilute it that much. It makes a tangy sauce.
Yeah, I'll let, we'll decide, because who knows, like, after this Frontier War campaign, if we're still really happy with all our characters, who's to say it has to end at the pre-written ending of this campaign? We'll see. This can basically go on as long as we want it to.
See.
So, what do people want for list B?
I'm just reading about the pistol.
Yeah, both pistols, at least from what I remember, are, like, stats-wise, they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, stat-wise, stat-wise, they are the same.
Hey, this is the tiny pistol from the
Oh,
The
from
new
the
game.
Aliens game?
yeah,
Neat.
the BP-70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll take the tiny pistol. Either that or electroshock grenades.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know. The Comtech Marine really be throwing grenades?
Maybe.
I guess possibly.
Electroshock grenades might be useful if, say, she wants to really mess up some machinery or comms devices.
Or synths.
Yep, synths.
The David units.
Yep.
Davidson.
David Davidovich.
Yes. Oh, I actually.
You could say I could get a bonus to rolls for sabotaging things using the grenades.
Yeah.
So I would know the best spot to put them.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Just when we're going in that area, in that region, we'll figure it out, like when that comes up.
No, we don't have to, but it's just an idea.
Oh, I think it's a good idea. I just mean it's not something you necessarily have to write down. It's something that we'll address when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And those are. I'll just look.
Oh,
Does the M41A have an integrated grenade launcher?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So yeah, if you
I think
took
I'm gonna go with the grenades then.
Okay. That
The
works.
M40s, not the electroshocks.
Oh yeah. I mean, technically, you can still use the electroshock grenades with the grenade launcher if you wanted to, but
I think you had to throw those though, don't you?
nope. You can actually, because it says specifically in RMAT U1 grenade launcher, which is the grenade launcher that's part of the M41A. It specifically says in the comment, can fire other grenade types.
That's cool.
Yeah, let me just double check and see if it says.
They're not listed under explosives and ammunition though.
Let's see.
I think they're in the core rule book.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, because they don't have the M4A3 in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
They don't have the
C-bomb.
incinerator, which is what I was looking at.
Yeah, they don't have the electroshock.
Yeah, that's likely the
Yeah, they're in the
Right,
core
it's probably in the
rulebook.
core.
So, yeah, the G2 electroshock grenades. All humans in the target zone make a stamina roll at -2 or be stunned for 1 round.
Okay, yeah. The service pistols are the exact same.
Yeah, the service pistols are the exact same as the VP.
Oh, I kind of want to take the incinerator unit.
Then go ahead if you want to. Has everybody decided?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the incinerator. Well, back here. Yeah, I'll take the incinerator unit.
Okay. That's everybody. So,
Fry us some chickens.
yep. So, now we go on to specialty gear. So, for the Comtech Marine, you get your standard M41A pulse rifle, electronic tools, and a Seegson Systems diagnostic device.
Alrighty.
Yep, and that's going to give you a +2 to Comtech. And then electronic tools will give you a +1. Now, we also have our hospital corpsmen you're going to get an M41A pulse rifle, a surgical kit, 5 doses of nap relief, and 10 never sleep pills.
Got it.
Also, because you are an officer, you'll get binoculars and a Seegson PDAT. And the PDAT is a personal data personal data tablet that can be synced with spectrograph mapping devices, PDTs, and helmet cams to coordinate a team on the go.
Neat.
Yep, let me... Yep, so it doesn't have any specific benefits like rules-wise, but I will let you roleplay using it to potentially get benefits and bonuses where applicable.
Yep.
And then our rifleman is going to get an M41A pulse rifle and an M314 motion tracker.
Yep.
Okay, and let me... Because I know there are 2 models of motion tracker. There's the 314 and the 316. So, yeah, the 314 is the heavier one. It has power supply 5, and it has a weight of 1.
How many reloads do we start out carrying?
Let me see if it even specifies.
Or is that decided when we start a mission?
I believe that would be decided when you start a mission. Because when you're in the ship, you're not really gonna be... You're not gonna be armed.
Sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, I just said, when you're on the ship, you're not gonna have your weapons. You're only gonna grab them on the way out. So, I think that's everything.
Power supply for the motion tracker would just be listed under power, or should I keep it in
Under
the
power.
Motion tracker?
It's going to be power. I mean, obviously, if you start getting more than one device that uses power, then yeah, you'll want to list it. But right now, you should be fine.
And I had to look up the weight of these tools.
Electronic tools, I don't believe, have any weight acquired to them. The Seegson system diagnostic device has a weight of 1.
I find it hilarious that the M240 has an is that an M16A1 carry handle?
I don't know.
I think it's just
What
basic
the-
M16 carry handle.
The 240?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Look at it.
Yeah, because I
Listen,
know
the
they...
whole top of it, like even the what is that called? Foregrip is actually based off of an old M16 era handguard.
Yeah, I'm
So-
not surprised. I mean, they basically, when they were making the movies, they kind of scrambled together with a bunch of old weapons, like the muzzle of the M56 smart gun. I forget which weapon it's based off of, but the barrel is super distinctive as coming from that weapon, and then everything else is just built around it.
Oh well, the receiver is just I think it's an MG42. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, the German MG42.
Yep,
yeah,
and then
because I can
Yeah.
tell from the sloped receiver.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's all stuff hodgepodge together. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, the upper does look like it's from an M16 with something grafted over top of it.
Yep, and then I know that the harness for the smart gun is made out of a harness for a camera, and the entire thing together weighed 90 pounds.
Well, you ain't gonna have any recoil.
That's true, but Imagine being an actual Marine having to lug around a 90-pound weapon outlet. And they actually had to, because this thing was so unstable during filming, they had to basically tape it up so that anytime, like, between takes, where they need, or even just when they needed to take a break, they had to spend, like, 15 minutes taking it off.
Crazy.
Yep.
Though, you're probably gonna be appreciative of it whenever you got multiple xenomorphs running down the hallway at you.
Yeah. In universe, it doesn't actually weigh 90 pounds, luckily, but...
Yeah, it's supposed to, like, be light because of the arm, but not in a movie set.
Yeah, exactly. The unfortunate reality of it. But yeah, the harness is basically there to act as an additional brace, because otherwise no human would really be able to fire it without just the barrel going every which way.
Yep.
Does ammunition have weight?
It does. Every reload is 1/4 weight, except for RPGs, which is each reload for an RPG is a weight of 1/2.
No, grenades are 1/4 as well, right?
Yep, grenades are 1/4.
Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the equipment and looking at the magnetic tape holds up to 120 terabytes of data. I think our actual magnetic tapes are getting really close to that.
Yep, and this is, 150 years in the future, so...
Yeah, like our tape drives are really close to... Should look that up.
Yep, so maybe I would potentially be willing to increase that based on current trends, although it is also notable to remember that the Alien universe is it's quite retro. I mean, look at the computers that we had.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, actually, I think the highest compressed tape drive that we have, at least for my quick search, is at 45 terabytes.
Okay, so...
No, that's just me being like, yeah, tape drive technology is actually really neat, and they're still doing shit with it.
But, yeah, and who knows? It might be... For example...
Oh, yeah, but then, like, looking at the other one, the long-term storage, or the...
Long data disk?
Long data disk is, like, 10 zettabytes, which is an ass ton of data.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, you could basically have somebody's entire atomic structure and quantum states loaded onto that.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, yeah, there's all of what all these things do.
Yeah.
Got a friend currently playing Project Zomboid, and he's complaining about the sheer amount of zombies in the new beta.
I mean, you're playing a game about zombies and you're complaining about the number of zombies.
Yep, so for those who haven't seen yet, this is the ship...
The number of zombies
is too damn high. This is the ship that you will be serving on, the USS Tambatam. It's a Conestoga class starship. It's much like the Sulaco from Aliens. This is where you will be deploying from and returning to. And remember,
Nice.
I want everybody to create 3 rumors about their character. 1 positive, 1 negative, and 1 false. I'm going to have everybody send their rumors to me privately, and then I'm going to shuffle them, and each person will get 1 rumor about each of their other Marines. And you won't know whether it's false or not. It could be false, it could be not. You'll have to find out yourself. It may influence how you feel about that character, how you treat them, which is kind of the point. And, like, you can ask them about it if you want, but you can play it however you want with that information. So, yeah, I think that's it for now. Unless anybody can think of any questions or comments that they want to make.
We need a name for our team.
Oh yeah, you guys need a squad name.
Anybody got something? A suggestion?
Is there anybody else here?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
still
trying to
here,
think.
just thinking.
Okay, I just
Do I
wanted to
need
make
to
sure.
look at the KFC menu for inspiration?
I'm trying to think of something that isn't a meme. Because I about was going to say Squad Has Been.
That would be interesting. How about... Well, I actually don't want to suggest anything because I want it to be a player-driven decision.
Yeah, it needs to be...
Yep. You might get inspiration from the composition of your squad.
I'm trying to think what would work with the composition of our squad.
Yep, so you've got, Comtech. You've got Comtech, Rifleman, Breacher, Automatic Gunner, Hospital Corpsman. Because basically you've got, let me see, which types of teams do we have? Yeah, we've got Medic Team and Assault Team. So... basically, you're there to hit hard, but also to keep your Marines safe. This is also something we can decide over the next week, or even you might not have a name and you might earn it through roleplay.
Bulwark?
Ooh, that's a good
Bulkhead?
I feel like it needs to
Bulkhead
be like
Breachers?
a 2-word, yeah. Some kind of 2-word name.
Yeah.
Bulkhead Breachers, yeah, that's pretty good.
Not the rusty trombones.
Oh my god.
I like
Oh
it.
my god, your laugh went robot mid-laugh, and it was amazing.
I find it funny that you still cut out exactly as much as last time I was here.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to see if my, yeah, I've tried to lower the volume on the, yeah, let me lower the volume on the output for the mic. That might be why.
Oh, that's the thing. It's not really an issue of, like, cutting as in, like, clipping or anything. You just go completely silent.
That's weird. It might just be my connection.
But that's the thing. That's what I've always thought as well. I've always thought was your internet being a pain.
Yep, the
because your
here
internet
sucks.
has just randomly cut out in the middle of a game before.
Yep, that's true, and it sucks. Luckily, it's gotten a lot better about that, at least. But, yeah, it still sometimes does screw up. But we will... Yeah, we'll decide the name over the course of the next week. You guys will have time to come up with your character's rumors. You'll be able to come up with your character art so that I can make your character tokens. And then next week we'll be going into the first mission of the Frontier War.
Yep.
Now, Dreamer, you weren't part of the previous campaign, which was a direct prequel to this. It's called Destroyer of Worlds. I will have the rest of the players summarize for you what happened in that campaign at the beginning of next session.
That is cool, thank you.
Yep. And I hope everybody.
Yeah, we might.
Yep.
Have to push back. I'm not sure. I might be doing something on next Saturday,
Oh, that's fine.
but I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
As always, I can't do anything late on Sundays.
That's fine.
Early is perfectly fine, but I have to pretty much be gone by 9 or 10. Albeit I've been getting my showers earlier, so I might be able to make it till 11, but at the same time sleep.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So just hope on me leaving by 9 then.
Okay.
Yeah, we've usually been doing Saturdays, and it seems to be working for everyone.
Yeah, Saturdays are a good day.
True that.
We were doing... Me, Mormon, and a few other guys were doing a Stellaris thing, in which we ended up actually moving it to Friday because a lot of people had Saturday busy. So, I don't know if that's an option.
Yeah, we'll
Don't
see
always
what
have to go
happens.
later.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but I'll let you know what's going on with holiday stuff.
Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
very
And I
much
imagine
appreciated.
Yeah, and I imagine the week of the holidays we'll probably all take off, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Saturday 2 weeks from now is literally the 25th.
Oh yeah, so definitely we're gonna
Yeah,
take that
so
off.
Christmas and then New Year's.
Yep. So yeah, we'll take that off.
Oddly enough, I will be free that day, I think.
Yeah, that
Because all
said-
of my stuff happens in the mornings.
Yeah, that said, if people do want to play, we will, but I'm not going to say, like, oh, you have to be here, and if you're not, you're a jerk for not... Like, I'm not going to be your boss trying to tell you, you gotta be a team player, even though I only pay you $9 an hour.
Half the people I know of end up having to, like, fly out of state to go meet people for, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas and end up being there for, like, days on end, so... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised people not being able to show up.
Yeah, me neither. And also, it's a game. Real life is always going to take priority, so... All I
This is
ask...
just a game.
Yep, all I ask is just give me the courtesy of letting me know. That's all I ask.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll figure this out, and I look forward to starting our Frontier War campaign. This should be quite fun.
Very
Yeah, this will
much.
be
I am looking
fun.
forward to this. Sorry, you were saying?
I was just saying this should be fun. I want to see where everybody's character goes.
Me too.
Yep.
Okay,
Well, if we're done here, I'm gonna head out. I was gonna play some Zomboid with some friends. So,
sounds good.
y'all good?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
see y'all around. Thank you again, Reptile, for inviting me, letting me join.
Oh, absolutely. No problem. I always love,
Yeah,
the more the
welcome back.
merrier.
Thank you very much, Cheeseburger. Yep. I'll see you then.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
See ya. Bye.
Okay. For those in the stream, that was our session 0. We have all created our characters, assigned our gear, and so we'll be ready to go. We'll obviously see if we start next week or if we take the holidays off. So, until then, see you later, everyone.